Welcome everyone. It is December the 16th, 6 p.m. It's the evening nutrition class today and I'm so glad to be here. It's week 3 of our mindful eating holiday season and today is going to be really cool session because it's all about convenient, budget friendly cooking because when holiday comes in, I don't know about you, we could be in a hurry and then decide to stop by places and grab our meals and end up, having meals that might not be in alignment with your values and your goals, with your health values and your health goals. So today's session is oriented towards convenient cooking. Your handout for today, if you know me and if you have seen or attended some of the classes before, I am a simple, easy recipe girl. I am a simple, easy girl to to have conversation with. So today's soup is a 5-ingredient black bean soup. You don't have to be a gourmet chef to make it, and there is a kefir cabbage slaw. The dressing is based on kefir. If you have not had kefir, today is your opportunity to taste it. It is full of probiotics and whatnot. Have you ever had it? Any of my divas
Does it
here?
come in a smaller bottle?
Oh no, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't. Yeah,
It
I
doesn't.
had like a few years ago.
Yeah, it doesn't, but you can make smoothie out of it. You don't have to buy, just for the dressing. There are n number of uses. You can drink it just like that. It's yum.
Is it yummy?
It is. It's a little. It is dairy, but it's fermented, so it's gentle on many of our lactose intolerant friends who might not be. The lactose or the casein friendly basically. So that's the new thing there, but otherwise it's a simple recipe in here and you will all get to taste a complete meal, okay? Hopefully. So where are we today? You all know the objectives of our series. It's to identify the principles of what is mindful eating. You all know the difference between mindful and mindless eating. One of our divas here made a very mindful decision. She felt like it's cold and she wanted to stop by Starbucks. She reframed her conversation in her mind and decided that she can actually dissociate that learned behavior of associating Starbucks with cold. She maybe made a choice to stop by Summer Moon, but something happened. But and we were having a conversation and I mentioned to her that in any place you have the choice or you have the power to make the request to have lesser sugar. It could be lesser pumps. It could be for her, she wanted to stop by Summer Moon Coffee, which is just near, next door. You have the choice to ask them for that Summer Moon milk on the side or just a splash of milk so that you can really enjoy that drink or the beverage and feel good after the fact, both here and here, right? So that's the difference between mindless and mindful eating. Thank you for bringing in that. And then, all along the way, each of us have been mindful about recognizing behaviors that supports mindful eating. And we have been looking at strategies on how to support mindful eating. And through the activities and the demo, my intention is to help you feel that mindful connection with food through cooking and enjoying food, even shopping, preparation and enjoying food, right? So that's the idea in here. You all know about the core principles, being aware of the properties of nourishing properties of food, selecting enjoyable, nutritious food. Last week, we concentrated on the different zones in your kitchen and how you can be mindful about stocking up your environment in such a way that you have enjoyable and nutritious foods available in your pantry, in your fridge, in your freezer, and even on your countertop. And during these months especially, it's very easy for irresistible options to really come into your fridge, on the top of your countertop, those goodies, those candies, those cakes. Enjoy it, and after that enjoyment is done, make a choice choice to either share it with others or give it away, or even do not hesitate to put it in the trash, because it has served its purpose. It can now go out of your room, right? And then whenever you make the decision to have those joyful foods. I know you today posted about what is that, chocolate truffle that you were tasting, right? Non-judgmentally acknowledge that you chose to have those joyful foods and give yourself permission to enjoy them, right? It doesn't have to be the sole food that you eat. Enjoy them after you have had something that is nourishing to your body and to your soul in some way, right? And recognizing and honoring the hunger and satiety cues, the 1 to 10 scale, that we'll bring it up again, and then use your inner wisdom to guide your eating decisions, right? This is that 1 to 10 scale. Whenever you are at this 1, it is very easy for you to choose the irresistible energy dense food, because your brain really wants that quick energy, which really comes from the irresistible high sugar, high sodium foods basically. So if at all possible, it's recommended not to get to this side of the hunger spectrum. And none of us wants to feel too full, like stuffed and all of that. So it's nice to be in that middle ground. So whenever you are presented with a plate of food, curiously explore where you are in that spectrum and pause, right? Take some deep breaths, see what is there, enjoy the colors in your plate, and then start eating your food basically. And then we discussed, that you can journal either here or on a piece of paper on where your hunger is, where your fullness is, any emotions that is driving your decisions there. For example, with one of our divas here, it was that association between that cold and enjoying that Starbucks. And I want to be transparent too. If I go to HEB without having a good breakfast or lunch, I get really perked up by the smell of bread, by the smell of anything that is happening in the bakery, right? I tend to associate it with what my dad, he used to ask me when we used to go for grocery shopping. I recognize that, and I always make sure to the extent possible that I satisfy my tummy before I head to HEB for anything. And also kind of jot down the perceived healthiness. We did explore some mindful eating exercises, from tasting those raisins, the milk, almond milk chocolate, and apples, so that you can see, how you can chew more, how, chew more to savor your food, how you can slow down when you are eating, sit down and eat rather than eating while you are going in your car or when you are talking to someone. That's distracted eating, mindless eating. You can put down your forks between bites, like how one of our divas mentioned here. So there are many ways for you to slow down so that you can eat your food mindfully. Last week we discussed, or the week before last, one of the weeks we discussed about your triggers. It could be external triggers driven by the environment, or it could be internal triggers driven by thoughts, feelings, and physiological emotions, physiological aspects. And whenever you understand your trigger, right, that there is something coming up here, you have the option to pause, just like how one of our divas here paused, and ask that question, what's going on here, non-judgmentally, being kind, being curious, and being honest. Ask that question non-judgmentally and redirect yourself to other tools, which could be just moving, eating smart, which we will discuss today on how you can actually put together a meal in less than 10 minutes. By the time you decide to drive to the nearest quick food restaurant, you would have actually made a very healthy, satisfying food at home. Or other tools such as calling up your friend or your family or talking to someone to actually verbalize whatever emotion is going on here. We also looked at how many food decisions do we make every day? 5, 10, 200, right? A plus grade there, right? We make lot of food decisions every day. How can we make that decision process gentle on us? It's about setting up your environment so that you don't have to depend on that willpower, which is the tip of the iceberg, to actually help you in making decision that is in alignment with your values and goals. So set up your environment in such a way that that willpower doesn't have any role there to play. You can actually keep it safe for situations when you go to a holiday party or a office get together or whatnot that might come up these days, right? So how can you set up your home environment at least? We curiously explored what can sit in a refrigerator, in your pantry, in your countertop, in your freezer. And taking cue from that today, we will actually be using foods that is in those kitchen zones to see how you can conveniently and easily cook some yummy food so that you can honor your hunger needs, right? Today we will explore convenience foods that will help you make your meals like this. We will use at least couple of methods here to prepare healthy food, very easy, simple recipes, right? And there are some visuals here that will guide you to at least 9 types of 9 meals that you can make at home. Many of those, you will actually recognize, okay? So these are the kitchen zones, and what can sit in the refrigerator? What's in your refrigerator today?
Well, there's blueberries
Uh-huh.
and there's these sunshell berries.
Golden berries.
And um,
So you have fruit in there.
there's lettuce in there,
Mm-hmm.
different kinds.
Mhm.
So,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your refrigerator is fully stocked then,
uh-huh.
in a way that supports you.
Oh, and then there's a gift of some muffins.
Happens, right?
Yeah, and
Mhm.
they just sort of like
Mhm.
were arrived in a
Mhm.
box.
A box. Okay. Yeah.
I
How?
haven't touched it.
Not touched it yet. Okay. How about you? What would you find in your refrigerator
I
today?
usually go grocery shopping. But I have apples,
Uh-huh.
Eggs, turkey,
Mm-hmm.
sandwich bread.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that old bagels.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah, some healthy stuff in there, right? So you can have your refrigerators, you can stock it up with protein of your choice, some prepared salad kits. They are yummy. The one that I have here today is shredded cabbage. You really don't have to even buy that big cabbage and have that turn slimy and not even kind of, chop it or anything like that. You can buy pre-prepared salads or whatever vegetables you need from H-E-B or Walmart. You can have, as I said, pre-chopped fruit and veggies. On your countertop can be fruits and vegetables, but sometimes the cookie trays come in there, the cakes come in there, right? Enjoy them and then do whatever you need to do. Because if it is there, either you or someone who you dearly love will come and eat it, right? So you do what you need to do to get them out of the home if you need to, okay? In the freezer, what do you have in your freezer?
Fish,
Mm-hmm.
Spinach.
Spinach, frozen spinach.
I have chicken nuggets.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
It's quick. I bake it and then I put it with the Caesar salad.
good. Yeah, totally counts. Good choice.
Then
Yeah.
I have spinach also.
Mm-hmm.
Not very much more than that.
Mm-hmm.
I have frozen broccoli.
Frozen broccoli, yeah. Yeah,
It comes
vegetable.
in handy when you don't know what to eat on the side. You're like,
It
oh, I
does.
have frozen broccoli.
Yes, it comes in easy. When it is there in the freezer, when you choose to keep frozen vegetables and fruits, it comes in very handy. How about you, Ruthie? What do you have?
I don't know. What's in my freezer or refrigerator? Christina?
Your stock.
She just ate. I just shopped at HEB, so I have like my vegetable
It's
drawer.
fully stocked.
Yeah.
Lots of fruits and vegetables, blueberries, some great cranberry juice.
There's pineapple. You missed that.
Okay.
Some hummus.
Okay.
And then in the freezer, there's like chicken and fish and broccoli and green beans.
Cool.
Right now, yeah.
Yeah, you're fully stocked up. Yeah, and pantry, you can have canned beans, dried beans. This is my savior. I do have canned pinto beans, canned chickpeas, canned whatever. This is a quick thing. And then all the spice blends that you need, those all can reside inside the pantry. Okay. When you buy convenience food, I do want to bring your attention to some things so that you're sure about the contents in it, right? Make sure that you buy stuff that has high fiber, right? This beans has 7 grams of protein, 7 grams of fiber. It is 1-to-1 ratio in there. So make sure you look at the fiber content. This is something that I really love as a good thumb rule, right? If the ingredient list has more than 5 ingredients, I'm not buying it, right? And those ingredients need to be something that I'm able to understand. If it has any of those unpronounceable ingredients like potassium sorbate or sodium benzoate or the words that my grandmother cannot understand, I'm not buying it basically, right? So looking at the ingredient list, making sure that most of our packaging is BPA free now, looking for high quality oils. If at all you're buying anything with oil, this doesn't have any oil in it. It's just prepared organic black beans, water, sea salt, $1.76 for this can. The salsa doesn't have any oil in it, but look for high quality oils, basically olive oil, avocado oil, canola oil, if it is soybean oil or any other peanut oil, they can be partially hydrogenated oils and not good for you basically. So pay attention to the oils. Look at the sodium content and any added sugar in it, right? For example, in this one, there is 75 milligram of sodium. So what I did was I rinsed it under water so that I don't bring in extra salt. I love to add the salt that, I'm more in control of what I add to it rather than looking for. There are also low sodium versions now. The broth here is actually no salt added. There is no there is no extra salt. There is 60 milligram sodium in this that comes from there is some organic carrots, mushrooms and all of that. Maybe it comes from that, but there is no added salt basically. So be mindful about the added sugar too, right? If any of the goodies that you buy has added sugar in double digits, meaning 10 and above, ask yourself that question, can I have a better one to buy basically? So make sure your added sugar is in single digits, and any artificial colors or flavors, be mindful of it. That's where the irresistible part of it comes, okay? When you do your grocery shopping, make sure that most of your cart is filled with plants, right, colors and minimally processed food, which includes vegetables, fruits, animal protein, dairy foods or dairy alternates, flavor boosters, herbs and spices. And any goodies that you buy can be, a smaller portion basically, right? Avoid sugary beverages like soda or sweet tea and opt for, plain water, seltzer water or unsweetened tea instead, okay? So what are some quick meals that you can put together? You mentioned you have lettuce inside your fridge, right? So lettuce, some avocados, some pumpkin seeds. Yeah, if you have some canned chickpeas, right, you can put some canned chickpeas, mix a dressing with the olive oil and chop in some lettuce there and your meal is ready. That's one convenient meal. Another convenient meal, if you have rotisserie chicken or even frozen chicken, You can, or even frozen chicken nuggets, make sure that you look at the ingredients when you buy next. And if you have some brown rice or wild rice and frozen broccoli in your fridge or in your freezer, spice it up and you have a complete meal there with a protein of your choice, carbohydrate and some vegetables there. Now, the freezer section can have cauliflower rice, some frozen legumes if you like, edamame. If you have come from one of the classes, we made quinoa with edamame, so it's very easy to put together. Fruit, frozen fruit, and of course, frozen vegetables to your rescue. And how can you do quick, easy cooking? Who has Instant Pot here? How quick is it to cook with it?
Real quick.
Real quick. What is your favorite thing that you will do in that?
I mean, if you do beans in a regular pot, it's like an hour. That's like 20 minutes. The Instant Pot is 20 minutes.
Yes, yeah, it gets done very quickly. What's your favorite thing to do in the Instant
The
Pot?
rice.
It's easy to just put in that and then forget it. Good.
Or heat stuff up real fast.
Yeah, it's easy to reheat it. You know, it has that option to keep warm or whatever.
The chicken is real quick.
Yeah.
It's endless.
It is endless. Yeah, you have your favorites that you cook in it, and it's a very handy tool. Crock pot, the ancient thing, right? You can actually make. Go ahead. You had something there.
I love a crock pot.
I do.
Ancient. Not that old.
Ancient things are always good.
Uh-huh.
Don't get me wrong. It's always the thing that comes to your rescue. I love a
do
crock.
like I'm gonna get a spiral ham for Christmas. Like have a spiral ham so I can put that in the crock pot.
Yeah.
Just like start it Christmas Eve before I go to sleep, and then be able to have dinner or lunch.
Land.
Yeah. Put it on like a slow cook it for 10 hours.
Yes.
And then it's done after that.
Yeah. When you wake up in the morning, the house is all nice and ready to eat. I like that about the crock pot. And you can actually batch cook and keep things in the freezer too. That's an easy way. The Dutch oven, which helps on stove top cooking. A good can opener for doing opening a can. A good microwave to reheat if you need, and a sheet pan to be able to make quick sheet pan meals. Okay, so those are some equipments. You might have more. These are the ones that came to my mind. I decided to put it. So here are the meals that you can make quickly. If you have beans, rice, right, some tomatoes and some spices, you can actually make beans and rice, kind of Spanish rice in some way, and then have a salad on the side, and there is your complete meal. Right, so that's meal number 1. Meal number 2, corn and bean salad. Who likes it? I like it.
Corn and beans, really?
Yes. Ever tasted it? It tastes yum.
What's that?
Corn and bean salad.
Corn and beans salad.
You can Google and see a very easy thing. Basically, if you have corn in a can, either any type of bean. It's the visual here is of a black bean. Slice up some bell peppers, add spices of your choice, put half an avocado on top, squeeze some lemon. Yeah, that's.
Do you heat your corn and your beans, or is that cold?
It's cold usually,
Okay.
right? But you can heat it, saute it maybe. And it's not going to go, it's not going to turn like how you might screw up a baking recipe. It'll be fine. Soup, right? The options are endless. You can have broth with either frozen or fresh vegetables, carrots, onions, garlic, tomatoes. You can put in either beans or lentils, add a grain of your choice and put a bunch of spinach at the last, or even frozen spinach at the last, and you have a lovely soup in there. Another one, tacos. What is your favorite taco?
Fish taco.
Fish tacos. How do you make it?
That's just the fish and coleslaw,
No.
and then chipotle sauce,
Mm.
homemade.
Homemade chipotle sauce. Yeah. What else is anybody's favorite taco? So.
Henry's Puffy Tacos, and go through the drive-thru.
That one's good.
Bean and cheese. Puffy tacos.
Chicken tacos,
Mm-hmm.
picadillo tacos,
Yes.
fajita tacos,
There you go.
mexicana asada tacos.
Of course, the options are endless, right? So basically, a tortilla, which can be corn tortilla, or these days there are, morning one of our divas were telling about low carb tortillas available, which are teeny weeny. And look for corn tortillas, and any protein of your choice with some salsa, some avocado, spice of your choice, and a small salad on the side, or even putting those cabbage on top of the taco, basically, right? Which gives in the crunch and all of that. A frittata. Made a frittata anytime?
I made eggs. What's that? Oh, my what blank.
Which is a egg?
The egg with the green
Spinach.
Spinach?
spinach. Oh my god. It was good.
Uh-huh. So you scrambled eggs with
Scrambled
spinach?
eggs and I put
Mhm.
chopped.
Mm-hmm. Frittata is like you can make it in a batch and keep it for your breakfast. For example, you can put in 6 eggs and then, spinach inside it, even bell peppers, broccoli, and spice of your choice. I like to put taco seasoning or any seasoning you want. Give it a nice, whip it up nicely, and then some cheese on top, and bake 350 for around 15 to 20 minutes till the egg sets, and you have ready breakfast in the morning. So yeah, search up for frittata. I'm waiting for this to heat up. This is another option that I found. Eggs, some tomato sauce, some chickpeas, any seasonings of your choice, and some Swiss chard together, right? What else? Italian sheet pan dinner, or you can actually have chicken or turkey or any meat of your choice with vegetables either from the fridge or the freezer. Have some pesto made and some pasta in it and bake inside the oven in a sheet pan. Gets done, basically, right? That's another one. And then cauliflower fried rice is the last one. Is this happening at all? Yes. So the first thing is black bean soup, but I'm going to wait for it to get heated. And as it gets heated on the side, I'm going to make the cabbage slaw. Let's look at the cabbage slaw recipe. So I put in here 1 packet of coleslaw. Coleslaw also goes. This is cabbage that I got. And then for the dressing, 3 tablespoons of plain kefir, 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and then 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and then salt and pepper to taste. That's the dressing for the shredded cabbage. So opening up the cabbage and throwing it in the mixing bowl. You don't have to cut it, prep it, nothing. There is some purple cabbage, but more of the green cabbage in there. That's a complaint that I have for HEB, but I love.
Yeah, they don't give you. Even if you look for a bag,
They don't have it. That's a
I
complaint.
try to pick a bag, but they're all.
Yeah, they are like more of that green one. So I don't like it, but for convenience, that's totally okay. Just heating up. So I'm going to make the dressing here. If you know me, I'm someone who eyeballs 3 tablespoons, right? So 3 tablespoons of kefir, about that, teeny more. 1 tablespoon of lemon. So that's your acid, and kefir is your low fat. And then there is another healthy fat in here, olive oil, around a teaspoon of it, extra virgin olive oil, and then salt and pepper to taste, about that much. And then black pepper. You can add any seasonings if you want. Onion salt, garlic salt. One of our divas in the morning wanted to make it sweet, so she was asking if she could use honey. Of course, in that kefir you can mix in honey. It could be a nice replacement for any mayos that you might make, because this is going to be nice and creamy. So as I made that dressing, shake, 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 shake. Right? See, it's actually creamy, and pour it on top of it. It can rest there by the time our soup cooks up. So that's your yummy vegetable on the side. I'm going to add in the, let's look at your black bean soup recipe. 1 15-ounce can of black beans drained. So I drained it, and I had put in here a cup of vegetable broth, right? I wanted it to be a little soupy today rather than it being mushy. So that goes in there. And then I bought salsa. Not that I'm a fan of this salsa, but it marks good stuff handmade in Texas. And I looked at the ingredients. It is indeed, there is tomatoes, right? There is tomatoes, tomato juice, onions, serrano peppers, garlic, salt, jalapeno peppers, lime juice, cilantro. Nothing that my grandmother won't understand, right? So check mark in there. So with the black bean going to get cooked, I'm going to add in this. So this kind of helps me save the time of chopping tomatoes, chopping some onions or garlic or anything of that. So the salsa goes in. I'm going to add spices. What is in there? Chili pepper, chili, and then cumin, right? And I got from the healthy living aisle in HEB, you can actually pick a little bit so that you don't end up buying big ones, and then it will be there in your pantry, and after 2 years you will go and pick it and it will be expired. So buy things that you need, even little lesser than this. HEB doesn't tell, oh no, you cannot get it. You can get it basically, right? So half a teaspoon of cumin. Cumin actually helps with digestion. I don't know if I hear a lot from my clients and even from some of the divas that beans makes you gassy, right? And the gas is for real. It is the good gut bacteria in your tummy. eating that fiber and saying thank you basically. But when you are including cumin, it helps, the fiber content get more digested and you might not produce as much gas basically, right? So that's the idea. And of course, cumin adds in the flavor. So who doesn't like some good flavor, right? So cumin, half a teaspoon, and then chili powder. Going to be mindful about it. And one of the divas asked me, what's the, is it mild, medium, hot salsa? I bought medium salsa because I know, I have to cater to everybody's palate. But if it were me, I would buy the hot one. So, you know how much you can handle. So, buy whatever gels well with you. And if you're hosting someone, be mindful about their heat, heat thermostat, right? So just giving it one more stir so that it can get nicely coated. So the black beans and the salsa are getting nicely mixed. Salt to taste because I drained out all the salt or the sodium from it around. A sprinkle of salt and a couple of minutes there. So is anyone timing? How long is it taking?
Well, not quicker than a drive-through, but it's pretty quick. When you're cooking tacos, I want them like drive-through quick, I can't make them at home.
By the time you walk to the car, start the car, red light, traffic.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Thank you,
It's
Christina.
on the other side of town, I'll give you, so I don't get them all the time.
So you
Just like,
see, this is way quicker.
Okay, so by the time that heats up, I will portion the. How many of us are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Am I counting wrong? 8, right?
Yeah.
He'll eat. Yeah. 7 and 8. And then ivory too, right? You want some? See, it's all sizzling, bubbling. Smells good. That's the idea there. What is your to-go convenient cooking that you do? You mentioned tacos. What else? What is your to-go convenient cooking?
black beans at home, I like them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And chickpeas, I have both of those in my, if I skip the other beans, I always have those in my pantry all the time.
Mm-hmm. And how will you have it like?
However I want. So sometimes I'll just, it depends, like, sometimes I'll put the black beans that's already cooked like in a southern sauce.
Mm-hmm.
And so I might just do that and not have to spice it, just microwave it
Mm-hmm.
and I'm done. But sometimes I just want to get the black beans and put my own spices in and, do something like that. The chickpeas, a lot of times I'll drain them and then have it like in salads or like a pasta salad even. Sometimes, not because I don't eat a lot of pasta, but sometimes I'll want to put some chickpeas in with some spaghetti or penne or something.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe put a little olive oil and then some spices
Yeah.
to spruce it up.
Yeah. Comes together really fast, of
Right,
course,
yeah.
right? So you basically have beans as your source of protein?
Mainly. I
Mainly?
eat some meat, but mainly it's beans.
Beans.
And protein.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's your to-go? When you have to, You said chicken nuggets with Caesar salad. That's
Oh.
one.
Well, there's a lot. Sometimes I just grab the tuna packet and I'll just put some lemon in there.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of mayo. It's just quick. Like when I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna eat?
Mm-hmm.
I'll just grab that. The
Mm.
tuna. It's quick.
Mm.
No mess.
Yeah.
I love boiled eggs. I love to eat
Boiled
eggs. I
eggs.
try to boil them as often as I can so they're always on hand.
Uh-huh. Yeah. If you mix tuna and eggs, it really ups the protein in it and it gets a little bit more tastier. I don't know.
My son was cooking for me quite a bit and then he stopped and I'm like, where are the chavo beans? And that one was always just a perfect amount with some cheese in there.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really
Really
delicious. I think he took a break.
Okay. So I'm going to pass the black bean. Going to give it a light mash for the flavors to get together. It's going to be really hot. And of course, I think the weather is conducive for a hot soup today. It would not have been a good one for last week.
Now, is this the last nutrition class for the year, or do we have one more?
Next week, it's going to be holiday swaps. So bring in your favorite holiday recipes. I'll make something sweet. There will be a quick presentation too, but we can actually explore your holiday recipes and see what swaps you can make so that you can enjoy it and feel good afterwards too. So it'll be a fun little brainstorming session.
Should we bring samples if it's something you can eat cold?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I don't know if you know, one of our divas last year, for one of the nutrition classes, she bought in donuts. And it was sitting right in front. So you know me, I am, you bring in whatever you want.
Okay.
Because, in my dictionary, there is no good food or bad food. It's only how food makes you feel after you eat it, basically. So.
Now, I saw an article on, it was in my YouTube feed yesterday, actually,
Mm-hmm.
and it had to do with rice on breaking down, like, the carbs,
Mhm.
because they're pretty carb heavy.
Mm-hmm.
And they suggest that you cook the rice, it can be brown rice, white rice, whatever you want,
Mm-hmm.
and then you put it in the freezer to get it cold,
Mm-hmm.
and then you get it out.
Yeah.
Does that really bust carbs?
It-
and stuff
this-
like that? 'Cause
the
I had
carb-
heard that.
The carb becomes resistant. It's called resistant.
Right.
It's called resistant starch, and it's still starch or
Sure.
it's still carbs, but your tummy takes a little longer time to digest it. That way, your blood glucose doesn't spike up faster.
Now, can you microwave it after that?
Yes,
Heat it up, and
you
it's
can.
still resistant.
It's still resistant.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for asking that. I mean, yeah, I should pull that YouTube article.
Mm-hmm.
I'll see if I can find it in my history,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll post it in
Yeah.
the Dude site so we can have a conversation about it, because I'm 57. I
Mhm.
have never heard to put your rice in the freezer to make it resistant ever.
Mhm.
That was the first time I saw it. It was just half chance that it was in the feed, and I'm like, oh yeah, food stuff. Let's look at it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's pretty
Yeah.
interesting.
If I can be really transparent, when I was growing up in India, my mom would keep, we didn't have fridge for a long, long, long time. So she would actually soak rice in cold water
Mhm.
and keep it overnight. And the next day we'll have it along with curd. It's the same
Oh, okay.
principle. I did not know at that time,
Yeah,
but it's, there are in many cultures, it's done
right.
to actually preserve food, but it does have that side good effect of the starch becoming resistant, basically. So, but yeah, you can keep it in the fridge, heat it up, and it will still be resistant starch, basically.
Wow. I'll put that in there, so if you want to
Totally.
put some stuff in, say, hey, and make some comments about,
100%.
yeah, that's true.
Yes.
Do you want help cutting it up?
Yes, please. That would be awesome. Thank you very much. And we are all going to enjoy some black bean soup with cabbage slaw.